Good afternoon. Here is the national news from BGI TV, Baba Bagede Imo TV. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the national news. You shot yourself in the leg. Nigerians react to Tinubu's choice of Shetima as running mate. Tertiary education may collapse under Buhari. Health workers warns. Families paid 800 million naira to secure release of 7 Kaduna train captives. My kidnappers threatening large-scale attacks on Yoruba land. Suspected gunmen stripped naked in Anambra, the nation's. Also, gunmen stun church, abducts woman in Imo. Now the news in detail. Reactions have greeted the choice of Senator Kashim Shettima as the running mate of the All Progressive Congress APC presidential candidate Bola Tinubu. Tinubu announced Shettima on Sunday as his ruling party's vice presidential candidate in Daura, Katsina State shortly after paying a Salah visit to President Muhammadu Buhari. Shettima is a senator representing Borno Central District in the nation's upper chamber. He was a two-time governor in Borno State. His emergence as Tinubu's running mate has ignited a debate in the social media, especially on Twitter, where some quarters have believed that the APC national leader has shot himself in the leg for choosing another Muslim as his vice, known as a Muslim ticket in Nigeria's politics. The argument goes those while some tweets raise the issue that Chibok girls were kidnapped under Shettima's watch as a governor in terrorism-laden Borno State in 2014, others concluded that former Lagos governor's decision has left them with two options of Atiku and Obi in the presidential race. Professional health care providers under the auspices Medical and Health Workers Union of Nigeria, MHWUN, have berated the federal government for failure to address the demands raised by unions within the university system. The union said it is most heartbreaking watching the presidency feigning ignorance to the demands raised by the unions, while the political actors are busy aspiring to occupy leadership positions. In a joint statement signed by MHWUN's national president, Comrade Biobelome Josiah and Comrade Awolu Yusuf Kiyawa, acting secretary general respectively, they insisted that the government must meet the demands of the unions if it hopes to salvage tertiary education from imminent collapse. Daily Post recalls that members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, Non-Academic Staff Union of University and Allied Institution, NASU, National Association of Academic Technologists, NAAT, among other unions, have been on strike owing to alleged discrepancies in the implementation of the Integrated Personal Payrolls and Information System, IPPIS, including other issues bordering on infrastructural development. The union on Sunday insisted that they are in solidarity with the proposed national strike by the Nigeria Labour Congress, as their members have been put on red alert to hit the street once a date is agreed on. Recall also that NLC had issued a notice to mobilize its affiliate unions for a nationwide solidarity strike with ASU, but was yet to carry out the threat. To another story, 800 million naira was paid to the terrorists holding captive seized from the AK9 train service attack on the Abuja-Kaduna route before the additional 7 victims were released on Saturday. Some families of the victims and other sources knowledgeable of the deal told Daily Trust exclusively on Sunday. The released victims were among the dozens of passengers abducted on March 28 by gunmen who derailed the moving train. No organization has yet claimed responsibility for the attack, but security sources and researchers attributed the daring attack to remnants of Boko Haram working in cohorts with members of the Darul Islam, another group mostly populated by Fulani youth dislodged from Niger and Nasarawa states at different times. Some, however, attributed the attack to the Islamic State West Africa ISWAP, though are typical of the group. They have not publicly laid claim to it. The release of the 7 victims came amid heightened fears that the terrorists would kill all those in their custody over the alleged failure of the federal government to respond to their demands. A kidnapped victim, Idowu Ajayi, has declared and shares his experience in gunmen's den and the orders of relatives who secured his release. It happened along the Ikolle-Ijesha-Isu around 4:30 p.m. on March 4th. I went to Ijesha-Isu from Ikolle to assist my mom to carry yams, which was already by the roadside. I picked them and I was going back when it happened. I got to a bad portion of the road where I had to compulsively slow down. As I applied the brake, I heard a gunshot-like sound and was confused about whether it was a gunshot or a tire burst. Before I knew what happened, two armed men had emerged from the bush. I saw two others ahead and they started firing gunshots. We were two in my car because I offered a 14-year-old girl a free ride from Ijesha-Isu to Ikolle. As I saw them, not knowing two others were at the back also, I put the car on reverse gear, but with the punctured tire and those at the back, I had to park. The gunmen were 6 in number. 2 of them were positioned before the bad portion, 2 were in the bush at the bad portion, while the remaining 2 were after the bad portion. It was those at the pothole side that shot at the car tire. They ordered me out of the car and started beating me. They smashed the car glasses and shot periodically in the head to prevent other vehicles from coming. They sacked the car and removed the 21,000 naira there and as well took the 14,000 naira in my pocket. Later they led me into a bush. We did not go farther than a pole away from the road. They collected my shoes, wristwatch and belt and ordered me and the girl to lie down. From there I could hear when people came to the vehicle and when the police arrived at the scene, but I could not say anything. He later confessed and said that yes, they are willing to storm the Yoruba-speaking state sooner or later. And some other story relating to gunmen. Residents of the community in Anambra State yesterday caught a suspected gunman, stripped him and named their leader and have police preparing charms for them. The suspect was arrested at Uga Agwata Council. During interrogation, the suspect said he came from community in Inewi South local government area. They also possessed motorcycles, the operators of their bikes, to use for their operation, but their driver ran out of luck and was blocked by the youth who arrested him. A source said we were many that came out, but it was risky. When they saw the crowd, they became afraid even with their guns and ran away with the motorcycles they snatched from their owners. Immediately, other members of the gang fled with the snatched motorcycles as youth trooped out to confront them. The driver of the bus was trapped as the courageous youth used iron barricades to block the road. From that story, we go straight to the last story from the national news this hour. Gunmen Sunday abducted the wife of the general manager of Imo State Zoological Garden and Wildlife Park, Nekede, Owerri West local government area, Mrs. Elizabeth Abioye. Our correspondent gathered that the gunmen seized Mrs. Abioye at First Baptist Church, Weather Road, Owerri, where she had gone for evening service. The source said the abductors stormed the church in a Sienna vehicle and whisked the woman away. The gunmen came with an ash-colored Sienna vehicle, forced the woman into the vehicle and zoomed off. The situation created pandemonium in the church as worshippers ran helter-skelter, the source said. The church is situated some meters away from the Owerri Police Area Command. The State Police Public Relations Officer, CSP Michael Abatam, had yet to respond to inquiry as at the time of filing this report. That was the national news from BGI TV, but before we go, some major headlines. You shot yourself in the leg. Nigerians react to Tinubu's choice of Shettima as running mate. Tertiary education may collapse under Buhari. Health workers warn. We're also brought to you, gunmen storm church abducts women in Imo. For more updates on our YouTube channel, the handle is Baba Bagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all. And on Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawi Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For other placements of your goods and services, coverage of events and functions both outdoor, kindly dial on the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placement. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rabila Lawa. Good afternoon.